everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a great day. So, for those of you that you are starting early with the holiday celebrations, Merry Christmas to those of you that celebrate Christmas. Or if you're not celebrating Christmas, just enjoy your time with friends and family because this is a time of year when you can get together with people you haven't seen in a while, maybe make some phone calls and just enjoy the company of others. So I am making a bit of a recap react video to stuff that I have found on Twitter. So let's go back a little bit and let's recap. What has happened so far? Well, Shantal was in Kuwait and obviously not having a good time. There was evidence all over the place that the cracks were starting to show. Things between her and Salah have not been going well. As a matter of fact, they've been falling apart rather badly in front of everybody. Even if Shantal did not want anybody to see, the evidence was all over the place. So the last few live streams that Shantal did, we could all see that something was very, very wrong. She would come on camera, her eyes were swollen as if she'd been crying. She looked very upset. Her energy was just, anxious and all over the place. Like something was definitely up, although nobody could tell exactly what was going on. We all felt it, that her and Salah had been fighting, that things were over, and it was just a matter of time before Shantal came back to Canada. So in one of the reacts that I did, Shantal, the last video that she did, the leaving YouTube for a while video, I did notice and I pointed out to you guys that she was telling everybody that a lot of her socials had been shut down, that she was only leaving up two socials. She was leaving up Cameo and she was leaving up Instagram. And I told you guys my theory about that if she left up Instagram and if she left up Cameo, it was a way to get in touch with her money beezers, to let them know where to find her, that if they wanted paid content or if they just wanted to send her money, that was a way that she could contact them or they could contact her and give her money, be it by just regular donations or by paying for cameos. So yeah, she did that. Then she took off and she was quiet. And now, ladies and gentlemen, where are we? What we are is that there's stuff all over Twitter. Somebody paid for a cameo, an anonymous person, and they showed a screenshot of the cameo. And Shantal did something very un-Shantal-ish. She did the cameo, but she used one of her own dresses as the background as a way to stop people from knowing exactly where she is. So, like, she knows the girl world is looking in on her to find out where she's at. So when she was doing the cameo, she put her own dress as the background behind her, so you couldn't see exactly where she is. But on top of that, with the screenshot, y'all, I've been reacting to Shantal for a long time. And I could tell when she's been partying. Ooh, when she's partying. I am all too familiar with the hamburger eyes, with the saucer eyes, and her pupils are as big as anything. And you guys are going to see the picture for yourself on Twitter. Like, you can tell that she is, shall we say, feeling no pain. Yeah. So she's somewhere, and it could be one of two places. It could be Thailand. It could be Canada. Although if we want to think about the circumstances around Shantal, I don't think it's going to be Thailand because that would mean an expensive trip. And she doesn't have the money for the expensive trip. She is back in Canada. Also on Twitter is more evidence that she is definitely back in Canada, for sure. So we're going to go over that too. And I'm going to give my thoughts to all the thoughts that people have posted on Twitter, as well as you guys can look down below. The wonderful channel MARLEY HENDRIX just put together a short video with some of the receipts for those of you that want to go look at them piece by piece. So it would appear that Shantal is definitely back in Canada. At this point, I don't know why Shantal is trying to hide the fact that she's in Canada. Shantal, we know you're there. Come on out, or not. Stay hidden if you like, because the longer that you stay away from YouTube, the more YouTube money you're missing. And you know that you need it. So what is the point of hiding? So we're going to go over all the receipts, y'all. This is going to be kind of a shorter react video, and I'm okay with that. I'm completely fine with that. Yes, I am, because, you know, it's the holiday season. Nobody wants to sit around and watch Shantal for hours and hours. So we're on my Twitter. So for those of you that happen to be on Twitter and like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. I know some of you, you're not interested in Twitter. I totally understand why. It can be like the Wild West. It's crazy. But when it comes to keeping up with all things Shantal, I like to be on Twitter so that I can show those of you that are not on Twitter what exactly is going on. So let's start here with a post courtesy of Julie saying her last solo trip to Thailand. She mentioned this was an in-between trip and they will be traveling again in November, December. Salah is sick of her and doesn't want to travel, so she's gone back to Canada. Everyone knows, and the fact she thinks she's clever is just sad. Yep. And Hectic Llama says, lame. So there's the picture in question that I was talking about. This is a screenshot from the aforementioned cameo that she did for somebody. Y'all look. Look at that face. Look at that face. The smirk on her face. The absolute duper's delight smirk. But even more telling, check out the eyes. Check out those eyes. Do those eyes look like a sober person's? She looks like she's feeling no pain. Her pupils are huge. Shantal, you're in Canada. We know you're in Canada. And another thing that I've also noticed, and it's too late for you to edit this out. There's no way for you to edit it out. I noticed that you're clean shaven. Like you shaved your head. And thinking back through your history, I could think of somebody from your past that liked to shave your head. Nats, he liked to shave your head. So whenever you were around him, you would be clean shaven up there. And so it would appear that you have shaved your head, or perhaps he shaved your head. So y'all look at the picture. Here she is during the cameo. Like she is, can we blow this picture up more, please? Yes, we can. Great. So again, I'm leaving it to the court of public opinion. What do you guys think? Looking at this picture, what do you think? I understand that she might be in a sort of a dark room, which would make your pupils open up a little bit bigger, but just that is not sober Shantal, in my opinion. That is somebody who has been partying a little bit, and she's doing the cameos between the partying. So either A, you are in Thailand, Foodie, or B, you're back home in Canada. And considering your lack of finances, I think you're back in Canada. You don't have the money to go to Thailand and perhaps get stuck for 30 days. You just don't have that kind of money. Also, adding another piece to the puzzle, Peetz came forward a while ago and said that he was getting $15,000 as part of a insurance payout or inheritance, which is not a lot of money. $15,000 does not stretch very far. And he's a big idiot. He quit his job. I don't know why he would do that, but he did. So he quit his job, and he's saying that he's not going to go back for a month, that he'll start job hunting a month from now. Not the smartest thing to do, Peetz. Job hunting in the middle of holiday season when nobody could possibly be hiring, but that's what he chose to do. So at the time when Peetz gets his money and quits, that's the time that she decides that she wants to go home. The pieces are kind of starting to fit together, Foodie. Those of us in girl world, we're not stupid. And I said, girl, I said, and other people have said too, that you were going to go home to Canada and you were going to party your face off. There it is. There it is. There's the partying the face off right there. There's evidence right there. Pictures don't lie. You may lie, but pictures don't lie, madam. You have been indulging in something to make you feel comfortably numb, I think. Yeah. So there you go, guys. She's taking a break from social media, but yet she's not. People who take a break from social media, they take a break from everything. But how can you take a break when you are leaving up your Cameo, leaving up your Instagram, and you activated your TikTok, but then you put it on private? What'd you go and do that for? So if you're taking a break from social media, why are you still indulging in social media? Why are at least 2 accounts active? Why are you doing things on social media? And why are you messing around with TikTok anyway? What's up with that? Are you keeping in touch with some of your beezers there too? I'm just asking questions. I'm allowed to ask questions. So there's a picture courtesy of Jolie and Hectic Llama. And thank you very much for posting those, Hectic Llama and Julie. Moving on. Here's even more evidence that Foodie is back in Canada. Y'all lean in and listen to this. Moon Goddess Tarot says, freaking hilarious, but we've been known, Foodie. We know you better than you know yourself. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. You would think that Shantal would figure out, I've been on YouTube for 8 years. And when you watch and listen to somebody for 8 to 10 hours a day, every day for a year, they're going to pick up on who I am and what I'm about and how I do things. Like you just kind of get to know a person that way. But this post, courtesy of Pegatha, says, I was sent the following this morning by a to remain anonymous person. Said anonymous person proves Shantal is in Canada at Schmeez. Okay, so this is the post. Let's see. This is, I guess, Moldy Blue Pot was talking to Shantal, saying, hi, Shantal, it's me, Moldy Blue Pot, Beezer. Sorry to bother you, but I just wanted to make you aware of something I've seen going on over on Twitter. So the Beezers are on Twitter. Hi, Beezers. Hi. Boy, she's got her little birds on the bird app, just like, like chirping back and forth with her between themselves and Foodie. A bunch of people have been passing around this image of you that someone claims to have taken that shows you out and about in Canada within the last few days. It's really stalker behavior. No, it's not. It really isn't, because Shantal doesn't own Canada. And hello, Canada. People are allowed to take footage in a public setting. There's nothing illegal about that. And figured you should really know about it. Of course, you're going to let her know about it. Of course. Because listen, Beezers, you are a toxic bunch over there. You really are. There are people that actually care about Shantal, although that group is very, very small. The rest of you, you're a bunch of instigators, troublemakers, fire starters, liars. You will tell lies to Shantal while she's live to get her fired up, because let's be honest. Come on, Beezers, let's be honest. You guys like to see her as fired up as we do. You guys put the gas on the fire just to watch it burn. But here's Moldy Blue Pot basically trying to act like a snitch for Shantal. It says, hope you are safe and well and enjoying your social media break. What social media break? If she's on Instagram, if she's on Cameo, if she's going around on TikTok, she's not taking a break. She's just trying to gather all of the beezer fish, the ones with money, into a barrel and try to profit as much as she can away from YouTube. That's what she's doing, Moldy Blue Pot. All love to you and Salah. Take care. Well, if what is going to happen happens, if myself, Neo Tarot, Melissa Gold Tarot, Sunburst Tarot, all of us, we've all seen the same thing. There's going to be no love between her and Salah. It's going to be Crackhead Olympics 3.0. Like, she is going to just make content out of drama, although it's going to feel scripted. It's going to seem scripted because it is scripted. And we're going to pick up on that. And the interest is going to wane pretty quickly. But here's this beezer, moldy blue pot, trying to act like a snitch. Go ahead and tell her, moldy blue pot, get her all worked up. That way she'll rage the next time she goes live. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so here is the evidence. Exhibit 1. All right, so this is the log. I don't know how they got this log. I have no idea. But you can see the country, Kuwait, Kuwait City. That's where she started out. Right, there we go. I don't know how they got this information. That's pretty crazy. But here's the advanced log. Look at the location. Ooh, you're in Cornwall. You're at Mama's house, aren't you? Yeah, you are. You're at Mama's house. You're back in Canada. You are back with Mom. Of course you are, because where else are you going to go? Maybe Peetz is still looking around for a place for you guys to stay. Hasn't found one yet. And by the way, that's funny, Foodie, because I just can't see finding a place to live during the holidays as being easy. A lot of people, they're taking some time with their families. You know, they're doing the holiday family thing. You know, they're going on vacations. They're taking personal time. They're not going to be around to show units and stuff. A lot of people like close down the main offices for apartment complexes, and, you know, like they just take some time. So there you go, guys. Exhibit 2. So we've got let's go back over the evidence. We've got this picture where Foodie is using her own dress as a background. And she doesn't look sober to me. She looks like she's been indulging in something. I'm not saying that because I want to say it, because I'm wanting it to be like that. It just looks that way to me. And then we've got the logs, where she's in Canada. She's in Canada. Moving on. Tat Von B says, I didn't know how true this is, but this was on No Madness Live community post. Could Foodie be home? I think she is home. If she had any kind of sense, if she had at least one working brain cell that isn't coated in butter and oil and salt and cholesterol, she would be home. She would go straight home and stay there. Like, her time in Kuwait is up. It is absolutely up. Like, the walls are closing in. As a matter of fact, they have closed in. The rules and regulations in Kuwait are changing with the government, surrounding the e-visas. She's really ticked off the Muslim community. She can't go any further in Kuwait. Like, her channel is going down the tubes. Views are going down. Money is going down. Shantal, listen to me. Listen. You stubborn mule of a woman, you better listen to me. Listen. No matter which way you go, you're going to lose Salah. If you haven't already lost him, if it's not already over, you're trying to hang on to a man that doesn't want to hang on to you. He's done. And let's be honest, you're done too. The two of you can't stand each other. He's hanging around for the money. Your money's going down to the point where it's not going to be worth it for him to hang on. So let go. Let go. Just let go. You were not yourself in Kuwait. You tried to be somebody else. You put on another personality, like somebody puts on a 3-piece suit, and it just didn't fit. It's not who you are. Spirit wants you to be yourself. It wants you to admit yourself to yourself and be genuine and authentic and real. It wants you to get real. You wrapped yourself in a tower of ego. And that tower of ego became your prison. You wrapped yourself in it, and it is very confining. It is suffocating you. Let go. Let the tower fall. Let it happen. It may be painful, but it is essential to personal growth. So, yep, here we go. Miss Anthropopalulu reposting the picture. Truth Seeker says you can see she is high. So she is at home or in Thailand. Wherever she is definitely on her visa run, which is why she is off YouTube, and she'll be back when it's done. You know what I think? What else might be going on? Shantal she's using pathetic means to get extra views. Might be her way of trying to build up anticipation for the next time she goes live. Her thinking might be, the longer I stay away, the greater the number of viewers when I get back. Okay, maybe you might have a few extra viewers when you come back, but once we figure out where you are, if you're doing the same old boring content, are you going to be able to keep those views? Are you going to be able to keep those viewers? I don't think so. If your plan is to come back and do the same boring nonsense that makes people's ears bleed, where you're just sitting there talking about food and just babbling to yourself, that people are going to get bored real quick. I'm going to be honest with you, Foodie. The last few trips that you made to Canada, I remember. I was there. I remember. What were you doing? You were eating a lot. You were babbling the same nonsense stuff like you did back in Kuwait, indulging in the green. There was nothing interesting there. There was nothing different, period. And that has been the channel killer for you. The fact that it's monotony. Monotony is a channel killer. Do you understand? It is a channel killer. It is the death of any channel. When you show the same old background and you do the same old activities in the same old way, it is a channel killer. Every time you come online and you do the same boring content, you're sticking a knife, a virtual knife, into your channel and stabbing it. You're stabbing it. And it's bleeding. You're bleeding views. You're bleeding subscribers. The only way that you can hold on to subscribers is by buying them. And you use cheap, stupid, pathetic means to get people interested, clickbaiting them, lying to them. It's not worth it. There's only one solution here. Give people interesting new content that they've never seen before. Things that will keep them intrigued and interested. Remember during Crackhead Olympics, you were unpredictable. Nobody knew what was going to happen next. Nobody knew where you were going to pop up next. That's why people tuned in, idiot. It was the unpredictability. Nobody knew your next move. They tuned in for that. You don't have to do tons of party favors to be interesting. You could just do other stuff. But we will see, won't we? We will see if you keep sticking the virtual knife into your channel and killing it off further and further, or if you're going to get smart and say it's time for something new. I got to do this. I just have to do it. I can't sit on my big butt anymore. I have to do something. So what's it going to be, Shantal? Are you going to be smart? Are you going to stay in Canada and say, screw going back to Kuwait? It's not worth it. Salah's not worth it. Cut your losses and move on? Or are you going to repeat the same old patterns, which lead to the same old place and the same old result, none of which are good for you? You're chasing your tail. You're running in circles and making yourself dizzy and boring everybody to death. And while we're here, Shantal, since we're here, something I'd like to let you know. You are a food addict. Yes? So you're a food addict. Food is your addiction. You've got many addictions. Attention is an addiction. Anything you like, it starts out as something you like, and then it becomes an obsession, and then it becomes an addiction. So you have an addiction for attention. You have an addiction for food. You have an addiction for men. You have an addiction for drama. You love the chaos. What is interesting to you as an addict is not interesting to your audience. Understand that. That there are people in your audience that are food fetish freaks, that they encourage you to hurt yourself on camera doing self-harm content. And of course, they're going to pump that up as long as they're getting something out of you and as long as you keep providing. But the majority of your audience, if they're not into food like that, they're going to have a different point of view. You got to look at things from different points of view. Like, what is interesting to me may not be interesting to other people. What is interesting to you on a personal level is on a personal level. But if you get on something like social media, like YouTube, and if you have a monetized channel, you have to keep your audience in mind. You have to keep in mind what they like, what they respond to. You got to think about longevity. You got to think about public interest. So your personal interest, addiction to food, may be something that's all consuming for you. But the audience doesn't feel that way. You may want to talk about food and eat food all day long because that's what you like to do personally. But once you come on camera and you do a video or you do a live, understand that there are people in your audience that are not into that, and they're going to call it boring. And because you are the food addict, you might get offended by that. Like, this is my addiction. This is what I want to do. Why isn't everybody into it? Because not everybody's into it. Because it's unhealthy for you. It is unhealthy, period. And you shouldn't be doing it in your personal life, or especially in public, in front of people where it might affect others. But this is where you're going wrong. You're trying to tie everything together. You're trying to tie making money and your addiction into one big ball and make it work and make it profitable when it's not. Okay? You got to separate that stuff. You got to understand that what you're doing is not healthy, and not everybody's into that unhealthy behavior. Okay, thank you very much for playing, and we'll talk again. All right, so moving on. Nana Spike T says this won the internet for 2024. Tired AF says, on another note, Shantal is the only one that can use a single dress as a backdrop. Girl, her dress was so big she could actually use it as a green screen. Oh my God. That's so bad. It's bad, but you can't argue against it. She did use it as a backdrop. She could have gotten like a bed sheet or something, but she used one of her own dresses because it was big enough to use as a green screen. I can't with her. All right, something positive from Yog. Pupper couldn't stop smiling after finding out she's getting adopted. Oh, look, how could you not love that baby? Look at her. Look. You gotta fall in love with that face. How could you not want to pick the baby up and cuddle her? All right, something else is positive and unusual from Science Girl. The black diamond apple grown in Tibet's Nyichi region. Its distinct purple color is a result of the high altitude over 3,500 feet, where the temperature fluctuates wildly between night and day, with the apples exposed to intense ultraviolet light. I've never seen an actual real black apple. They're beautiful, really gorgeous. Wish we had those here in the States. Perfectly Imperfect says, happy. Jericho D, happy camping. No, you didn't, but yes, you did. Using her dress as a tent. You never know. Might just happen one day. All right, another thing from Science Girl, family of anteaters where the father is carrying both his partner and child on his back. You know what? I think the anteater, this one in particular, he can honestly say that the mother is saying, I got your back. Literally, she's got his back. And so does the baby. So dad is carrying all three. Big ups to dad for doing that. D. Angry Scott, this is back to Foodie, saying someone is itching for the attention already. Not even been a week. The best part about this break is the fact that we can be sure it's most miserable for her out of anyone. Kristen says, guess who reactivated her TikTok while in the midst of a social media break? Yeah, like, you're supposed to be taking a break, Foodie. Why'd you reactivate your TikTok? So let's recap. Cameo is still very much active. Instagram is active. She made a point to say her Instagram handle on the goodbye video. And now we're activating the TikTok. Foodie, you might as well just come back to YouTube. Like, what are you waiting for? This is girl world. We're nosy. We get the receipts all day. Don't you know that? We go truth shopping and we collect receipts. And the receipts are on Twitter. And since now we know the beezers are on Twitter and they're letting you know stuff, now you know that we know. So what are you hiding for? Come out. Come out and play. Warriors, come out to play. Come out, Foodie, come out. All right. Let's see. Okay, now this is I love this. This is a true cat daddy. Oh, and why did my screen do that? Stop that. Look, Kelly says, OMG, I just want to kiss and hug this beautiful baby love bug. This is love. This cat loves its daddy. Look, absolutely adores its daddy. That's so sweet. I just want to share that with y'all. Like, love comes in so many different forms and shapes and colors in the world. And here's one. Look at this baby. No, look at the baby. They're loving on daddy. I think that's so sweet. Tat Von B says, hi, friends. She's still alive. WTF, must be bored, but wants to do it in private. You know what? I'm going to take a guess. I think Shantal, again, it's all about putting the fish all into a few barrels. She's trying to corral all of the money beezers into places where she could talk to them privately, in DMs, and urge them to send her money quickly. I think that's happening. She could talk to people in DMs on TikTok if it's active. She can talk to people on Instagram privately. She can talk to people on Cameo privately because all three places have DMs. So like there might be some conversations going on all three sites where she's encouraging people to send her money. Or she might be having the beezers talk to her on Cameo, but while she's got them in DMs, she could be like pulling them around the corner and saying, don't pay for a Cameo here. I don't want to split my money with Cameo. Come on over to my email. That's right. And pay for something on PayPal. Because I don't want to give a certain percentage to Cameo. I would rather pay like that really small percentage that I would have to pay if I, if through PayPal. PayPal doesn't take out that much for money transactions. Maybe she's got a special list of friends and family, because for anyone who doesn't know about PayPal, if somebody is friends and family, not as much money is taken out. So something you guys should know. Okay. Moving on. Del Pondu says, if she were in Kuwait, she wouldn't hide the background. And if it were a hotel, she'd use a blank wall. That is true. Like if she were still in Kuwait, why would she hide the background? There'd be no need to. And if she were in a hotel room, she could just put herself against a blank white wall and nobody would know where she was. She's hiding for a reason. She's got to be somewhere where she either cannot say where she's at, not allowed to, or like there's something in the background that we would pick up that she's in Canada. Foodie, The cat's out of the bag. You've already been found out. Girl world is faster and smarter than you. Come out, girl. Do it. Like maybe you're not coming out because the cards showed that when you came back to Canada, that you would be celebrating. You partying your face off. Those eyes, girl. I remember those eyes. Hey, girl world. Those of you that were around during Crackhead Olympics, we remember those eyes, do we not? Don't they look familiar? Yes, they do. Those are Canada beezing eyes. Narky says, much as I wish Shantal would shack up with Peetz again, I am doubtful. I think her mom bought her a plane ticket home for Christmas, and the requirement was that she stay off of YouTube. But I bet she is blowing up Peetz's phone for money because she's broke. Thing is, y'all, and here's where I'm kind of getting stuck. You guys tell me what you think. Listen, when somebody's on a visitor visa, one of the requirements is that you have to have a return ticket home or a ticket somewhere. That is how they approve you. You can't just go there with a one-way ticket. No. You're on a visitor visa. You are visiting, but they want to make sure that when it's time for you to leave, that you're going to leave. So she already had a plane ticket. So she could have gone home if she wanted to. Foodie, yes, she's gained a lot of weight since she's been back in Kuwait. She might need 2 or 3 plane seats. Maybe she had help with the second plane seat. Foodie is stupid and cheap. She knows she needs 2 seats, but she's always trying to get away with paying for 1. So maybe Peetz or mom bought her a plane seat if she needed it, but she already did have the required 1 to go back. So like, I don't know if the family chipped in for a plane ticket. My money is that if somebody paid for it, it's Peetz, because he's been waving his money all the way around with Shantal. Like he's been just waving it around. Hey, Shantal, come on back. I got 15K. If he's got 15K in pocket, he can pay for a $600 plane ticket back home to Canada. Yes, he will. But do I think she's going to stop at, him possibly buying her a plane ticket? No. Oh, no. No. She is going to cipher that money away. Peetz, listen to me, Peetz. I don't like you. You're a scumbag for the way you treated BBJ. You hear me? I will never like you. I don't feel sorry for you. Had you not done what you did to BBJ, grabbing onto her face while she had rotted teeth in her mouth and saying no mercy and taking all your aggression out on that poor animal, at the same time that aggression should be directed to Shantal. If you had not done that, I might feel sorry for you. But I can't feel sorry for a person who takes out their aggression on a pet when it's really meant for somebody close to them, but they don't have the courage to go up and tell that person what they really think. Nah, you're going to be passive aggressive and taken out on a cat, which is incorrect, sir. Incorrect. So, can't feel sorry for you, but understand, Peetz, she's coming for your money, bro. Expect that you're going to get a lot of phone calls from Shantal. Expect she's going to be blowing up your phone, finding reasons and ways and excuses to cipher that money away until it's all gone. So it's going to happen. I did a tarot reading on you, sir. You know what I saw? I saw this. I saw you with your hands on your face saying, what did I just do? Like, you know it's wrong. That she's a user. You know she's a scam artist. You know, you're aware. You don't care though. And hey, that is your choice. That is your choice to be stupid. So be stupid. Be naive. Be whatever it is you are. But she's going to cipher all your money away until it's all gone. She's going to use you up just like she's done many times before, and you're going to let her just because you're lonely and you want her back. And you both are operating under nostalgia of she wants things back the way they were, and so do you. And so you're waving your money around saying, come get it. And so she is. She will come get it. And it'll all be gone within a matter of a few months. Believe it. Believe it. It's going to happen. Okay? No. This is funny. This is funny, y'all. No cats, no life. He found his cat's treasure. Pet owners, dogs, cat owners, listen, can we relate? We can relate to this. I have Booger. I can relate to this. Cats, dogs, they always have a pile of toys under furniture. I don't know why they put them there, but they end up there, and then you got to go get the whole pile, and then they put them right back there. This is, I can relate to this so much. My cat does this to me all the time. I love her, but she does. She puts her toys in a place where she can't get to them. Okay. Oh, Kitty, post of cats. Kitty, what? Kitty taking off with the sink sponge. Kitty, no, you don't eat that. What are you doing? Better wash the dishes with that. Don't eat that. Kitty chewing on things that Kitty's not supposed to chew on. Rude. Okay. Witch of Machine says, Foodie Beauty, stunning stupidity your buddy Peetz has shown in the last few days. Peetz was so quick to leave his job, he left a Christmas bonus behind. You better straighten him out on the run and gun grift, girl. Girl World Ireland recap notes in his community tab. Okay, so let's look at this picture. This is from courtesy of Girl World Ireland, another great channel, saying, morning girls, was tempted to do a quick stream tonight, but wasn't sure what to cover. If you have a suggestion, let me know. I decided to check out Peetz's live stream about him quitting his job, and it was just too pathetic for a reaction. Highlights were, 1, still just one jacket in that cupboard. 2, he quit his job because he didn't like it, quitting right before Christmas and with no notice, and still complained that he isn't getting his Christmas bonus of $400, which he would have gotten if he had just worked for like 3 more days. Wow. Like I heard about the Christmas bonus. I just didn't know how much it was. So let me get this straight, Peetz. If you had just worked 4 more days, you would have had an extra $400 in your pocket and you turned it down. And on top of that, you big idiot, you left the way that you left. You gave no notice, which does not look good for the boss. If something happens between you and Shantal because of the way you left, they're not going to rehire you back. They will not. You just screwed yourself out of a job, sir. You did. And it was a fairly easy job from what I understand. All you had to do was answer emails. It was the perfect job for someone like yourself that you don't want really to do person-to-person customer service. It gave you more privacy. It worked for you being an introvert. But you quit that job 4 days before your bonus, and you gave no notice. Boy, that's going to come back and bite you in the butt. 3, he wants to get on disability to make money. Also, while claims he keeps forgetting to try to get a doctor for treatment, while he spends at least a month hanging out in the house before deciding to get a job. Also is unhappy as it would be too low and he wants more. I can't. Peetz, listen. Getting on disability, for those who are truly disabled, it takes a lot. I've never been on disability, but I've heard that it's a process. It's a long process. You can't just snap your fingers and you're on disability. It might take weeks. It might take months. It might take years. Disability is not that easy to get on, sir. You can't just quit your job for a month, and then at the end of that month, you go out and you get a job within 2 days, and then you're on disability and welfare within 2 days. All of those processes is a lot of red tape. There's a lot of interviewing. There's a lot of talking to people. It's a whole thing. A lot of paperwork. You can't just snap your fingers and make it all better. And honestly, as far as the welfare part, do you honestly think they're going to give you welfare if they look at your financials and they see you just got $15,000? They're going to look at you sideways like, what's wrong with you? What have you been smoking? Did you smoke something before you came to talk to us? I mean, they're going to look at you and go, what? Are you serious? Mm-mm. You're going to hang out in the house for a month. And then during the holiday season, you honestly think you're going to find a job during the holiday season when nobody's hiring? Absolutely no one. And this part also is unhappy, as it would be too low when he wants more. Look, beggars can't be choosers. What if you go out into the job world and the job you want at the pay you want is not available? You're just going to say, screw that, and not work at all? Nah, you got to take what you can get, and you got to make it work until you find something better. And then once you secure the new job, that's when you can leave the old job. And it's best to leave the old job with proper notice. That way, if something happens at the new job, you can possibly go back to the old job because you left on good terms. 4 is going to stream every day to try and make YouTube money, but also can't say when or if he'll stream every day because of his stress, but guesses he needs at least a month to recover. What stress? Can somebody please explain that to me? How is he stressed out? I don't get that. He's working from home. He's not like, say, in an office building where there are people around, where it's, say, person-to-person customer service. He was answering emails. What stress? What stress? There is none. Really? He needs at least a month to recover. Peetz, you're acting like you were in like a high stress job, like you were working in the mall during Christmas time, working 60 hours a week on your feet, dealing with angry customers. That is not you. That is not your life. What are you talking about, bro? What? Something's wrong with you. Need a month to it's not about you needing a month to recover. Here's the real truth. Here's the real truth, Peetz. Look, you're lazy. Foodie Beauty is lazy. Her lazy and you're lazy, that you guys rub off on each other. You back each other up. You're both codependent on one another. And I know what you're hoping for. You want things the way they were. You want to use whatever money you got, maybe to get into a new place, and you feel that, oh, if I set her up in a new place, she'll pay all the bills and she'll pay all the rent, and then I could just stay in my room and be left alone. You're counting on her to pay the bills. You're counting on her working and making money on YouTube to make your way. But what about the what if element that you're not thinking about? Have you seen her lately? She is not healthy, sir. She's got a multitude of health problems, very concerning health problems. The health problems are so bad, we can see the evidence that something serious is going on. One of her eyes is bulging. That's never been that way before. Half of her face is swollen up. One of her eyes is leaking. I mean, there's something bad going on. She could have a heart attack or a stroke at any minute. If that happens, what's going to happen to you? Sir, you're counting on an addict to make your way. You're counting on someone who's a serious addict that has serious addictions and health problems to make your way, to give you a cushy life. There is no security in that. There is absolutely none. How pathetic is it that you are an able-bodied man? You can work, you can find a job, you just had a job, and rather than go out and work for you and do for you, you are putting all of your hopes and plans on a severely sick addict. to give you a cushy life rather than yourself. That's like building a house on quicksand. It's quicksand, sir. It sinks for a reason because it's supposed to. You can't do that with Foodie. You can't count on her. You can't look at her and say, this is a solid plan. It's not. She's too irresponsible. She is too sick. She needs treatment. She needs to seek out treatment. She's only going to get progressively worse. And now that she's back in Canada, surrounded by all her temptations, with no coping skills and no coping mechanisms, it's only going to accelerate faster. Do you understand? It's going to accelerate faster. The damage is going to happen faster, which can be disastrous for her and for you. Like you and Foodie, you're both just, you don't stop and think. You don't stop and think about the future. You're both just dumb. You both need help with their decision making. All right. Now, what we got here? So Trashy Girly posted a comment. Trashy Girly says, going back on break after this post, but since everyone in girl world thinks Foodie Beauty is on her way back to Canada, she is. I think it's safe to say I told that big bag the truth. Okay, what's the truth? I want to see. Trashy Girl says, oh, we got to get this full screenshot. Sorry. Top comment from Foodie says, ugh, some comments are not showing. Supportive ones. So if yours is not showing, it must be a YouTube issue. Sorry. No, it ain't. We know you edit your comments, Foodie. Trashy Girl says, you are a disgusting person, talking about Foodie. The fact that your husband can't see why you did wrong, meanwhile his own mother is deceased, and you had no problem talking about someone else's mother is sick. I know you're going to block me. I just want to let you know I am a clairvoyant, and I just want to let you know that you and Salah are going to get a divorce. Have fun with that. By the way, y'all, I don't know if her and Salah were really married or if they were just play acting. I've heard of a thing called, is it Mizyar marriage, where it's like a marriage of convenience. Whatever the case may be, even if her and Salah are really married, like for real, I've heard like divorce is as simple as one person looking at the other person and saying, I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you. It's just that fast. It's just that quick. You say to them, you publicly declare, I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you, and then they're divorced. So it's not a long, lengthy process if you are in a marriage like that. It's just saying some words 3 times. So I wonder if Salah said that to her, I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you. Okay. Yep. And Cosmic Kitten, Shantal had her TikTok active and now it's private. Maybe because she saw on Twitter that we recognized that it was open. So she's like, oh, they caught me. Yeah, we caught you. We caught you. All right, moving on. Let's see. Okay, interesting information. Mrs. Fupa Booty says, yep, and good luck finding a doctor that will say you can't work when you just quit a job because you don't like dealing with people. He's shown that he's capable of keeping a job. Yes, he's got a job history. So if he tries to get on disability, they're going to look at him and go, well, sir, you have a history of having a job. So obviously you can find work. So why are we talking again? Mrs. Fuba Booty also says Peetz on welfare equals you can't find a job. You have one and you have to actively look for work. That is true. If they put you on welfare, they want to see that you're calling around, that you're putting in applications, that you are looking for a job. You're not just sitting on your butt. They're going to be on you. They want to see a history. The longer they pay you money, if they pay you money, they want to see that you're going out, you're looking for a job, looking for a job, looking for a job, and you never stop. And if you can't find one, you can't find one. But they want to see receipts that you are out there looking for a job. They're not just going to give you a check and go, oh, thank you, goodbye. No, they want to see a history. Disability equals application process, 90 days, and doctor says you're medically unable to work. You have a job. Best of luck to you on that journey. Yeah. So you want to be on disability, Peetz? Not going to be that simple. Really not going to be that simple. You're going to have to go back and forth to the doctors. And I seriously doubt that they're going to say, oh, he can't work, especially when you just had a job and that can be proved. All right, so that's it. That is it for all this stuff on Twitter, y'all. So those of you that are on my channel, that are watching this react, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. Before I sign off, one thing that I would like to say to all of you, y'all, it's the holiday season. It's crazy out there, okay? From now until after New Year's, please be careful while you're on the road. There are people that might be out there driving that they have no business driving. They might be intoxicated. If you have to go somewhere, please do defensive driving. Look all the way around. If you see somebody on the road that they're not driving right, report them. Report them to get them off the road. If they seem like they're intoxicated or something is wrong, call 911. If you're intoxicated yourself, please don't drive. Call a friend, call a family member, call Uber, do something, but don't drive. But from now until after New Year's, just be careful out there, especially driving at night. People tend to drink more at night. Just be careful in your travels. And I hope that you all have a wonderful holiday and you spend time with family and friends and reconnect with people. And I'll see you guys on the next React. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye now.